Without question, the #1 pool purchase I have ever made is this: pool glasses. And the #1 comment I get on my videos is not about breaking or patterns or stroke mechanics, it is about my glasses. 57% of the global population needs some sort of vision correction. That is 4 billion people. And for some reason, almost none of us amateurs are using eyewear designed for playing pool. These are Bill Curran's custom billiard glasses, and today I'm gonna tell you why they have changed my game more than any cue, any shaft, any piece of equipment I have ever owned. And it's not even close. Now, I wanna be upfront with you guys. Is Bill an affiliate of this channel? After I told him I was gonna make this video, yes. Did he pay me money to talk about these glasses? No. Like everything else on this channel, I only talk about products I actually use. I've used his glasses for years, and they are genuinely the best pool purchase I have ever made, full stop. If you don't need vision correction, this video is probably not for you. Feel free to skip this one or stick around if you are interested in learning about how your eyes work with lenses. Now, think about what happens when you get down on a shot. Your chin drops and your eyes rotate upwards to look down the shot line. And if you wear regular glasses, you would now be looking through part of the lens that was either never designed for that angle, or you have to tilt your head up or lift your head above the cue, which just doesn't give you a good sight picture. Now, most eyeglasses are built for how people walk, how they drive, how they read, doing day-to-day life. The optical center, the sweet spot of where the prescription is most accurate, sits right in front of the pupils when you're standing upright. But the moment you start playing pool and you're getting down, looking up through the lens off axis, that zone on the lens introduces distortion. And that's if you're even looking through them at all. Now, you could just have large lenses and be tilting your head upwards, but that is physically uncomfortable on your neck, and you'll still probably have distortion. Now, this is where this video gets a little technical, so bear with me. I promise I will get to talking about the glasses. But first, I think it is important that you know why. Now, I'm not an optometrist, so correct me if I get this wrong, but when light enters a lens at an angle, any angle other than straight through the focal point, you get something called oblique astigmatism. Light gets split into 2 different focal lines instead of converging into a single point. In plain terms, that means that the image you see gets blurry or stretched or warped in some way, depending on where you're looking through the lens. The amount of distortion depends on the lens shape, specifically the relationship between the front and the back curves. Opticians call this the shape factor. A lens with a poorly matched shape factor for your prescription warps the image more as your viewing angle increases. And in pool, your vision angle is always off center every single shot. So now we're at a place where we have an issue that most of us don't realize. You might be blaming your stroke, blaming your alignment. You might be thinking, I just need a better pre-shot routine. And yes, all of that matters. But if the information that your eyes are feeding your brain is wrong from the start, no amount of stroke is going to fix that. And that is not a maybe, that's just how it works. If your vision is messed up from the get-go, that trickles down through the rest of your process. And sadly, that's not even the worst part, because even when I tried the most obvious alternative, contacts, my vision problems still didn't go away. You guys, I didn't start with pool glasses. I started exactly where a lot of you probably are, trying to make regular eyewear and contacts work for a sport that it was never designed for. Now, for a while, I wore daily use contacts when I played. My eyes were just most comfortable with that solution. And look, contacts do seem like a perfect solution for this. There's no peripheral vision issues, nothing sliding down your nose. And for the first hour or so, they were fine. They were great. But here's what happens with contacts. After playing for about an hour, sometimes less, I started getting halos around the overhead lights, or a blur would creep in and everything would go soft. My eyes would get irritated, and the real problem was actually my astigmatism. And yes, I am including wearing toric lenses built for astigmatism. So here's what you need to understand. They have to sit on your eye at a very specific orientation to correct properly. But there's so much eye movement, and awkward tilting of the eyes, and the angles in pool are very weird for normal vision. Every time you look up or blink, the lens can shift and your correction is no longer perfectly aligned. Now, for daily life, this wasn't a big deal. But in pool, we are hitting a spot on the cue ball the size of a needle, sending it to a contact point on an object ball just as small, sometimes 9 feet away, that small shift in the contacts placement can make a huge difference. And then beyond that, I actually had contacts ruin some matches for me. They would literally pop out and I would lose them more than once. I had to carry extra contacts around with me in my cue case just in case that ever happened. I also looked into LASIK briefly, which is, I think, a great option for a lot of people. But for me, I don't know, the idea of surgery when there was a non-invasive alternative, I just couldn't justify it. And I'm so used to glasses that it just felt like the most easy, comfortable, and reliable option for me. So then the question became, could I find a pair of glasses that was dedicated for pool so I could comfortably get down without distortion? So I started researching. And you guys, there are so many more options out there than I expected. Firstly, you can just modify your own existing glasses. Dr. Dave actually talks about this on one of his videos. You bend the nose pads on your glasses to sit higher up on your face. It's free and it works for some people. If you have large enough lenses and the adjustable nose pads, this could totally be fine for you. That said, you are still looking through a lens that is not properly optimized for playing pool. So that distortion issue I was describing, yeah, it's still there. Beyond that, there are a handful of opticians and companies, some in the UK, some in Canada, some in the US, that make glasses specifically designed for cue sports. Now, the price range really varies between $80 on the low end to hundreds of dollars on the nice lenses. Now, some of them are semi-rimless, some of them full rimless, anti-scratch, anti-fog, anti-reflective coatings, and some of them are built by opticians who actually play pool and snooker. Now, this, I think, is a huge plus because if they understand the purpose behind the fabrication of the lenses, it just makes them better at their job. Now, look, go do the research. There's tons of good options. Any of them will solve the biggest problem, which is looking over your lenses instead of through them when you're down on a shot. That alone is a win. And if you're on a tight budget, just getting any pair of dedicated billiard glasses at any price is a step in the right direction. But here's where it gets very nuanced. While most of these options solve the height problem, getting the lens in front of your eye while you're down, what they don't necessarily do is get the optical centers for your specific shooting position right, optimized for focal distance at the range of the table, or account for your exact eye position and head tilt. Those nuances are my priorities because I want the clearest, most precise image possible. Not just a lens in the right place, but the right lens in the right place built for how I specifically look at the table. And that's what led me to Bill Curran. Bill runs William Curran Opticians & Son, aka billiardglasses.com. He is a pool player who also is an optician. He has the same problems as me looking over his lenses when he got down on the shot. So he built a custom solution around it. And the level of detail here tells you everything about why these glasses work and why I'll probably never use anything else. Yes, Bill asks for your prescription, but then this is the part that stands out. You send him photos of your face, of your actual shooting stance, how you look when you're down on the shot. And he uses all these photos to get an accurate picture of how the glasses will fit your face, your angles, your posture, your position, so that he can get you the sharpest, most precise image possible, removing that distortion that I was talking about. And that is what I was looking for. Regular glasses place the optical centers based on your pupillary distance when you're just standing upright, but Bill places them on where your pupils are actually viewing through the lens when you're down on the shot. This is a fundamentally different design. He also modifies the prescription for a focal length of 3 to 12 feet, which is the full range of the table. You choose one of the designs that's listed, and he makes sure that the lens is custom shaped for your vision. So I actually went with the Pro Color series, which is more comfortable and uses a really high quality frame, the silhouette rimless frames, which I did own a while ago for my normal frames because they're awesome, but then my kids kind of ruined them. So I moved away from that, but I can attest these are top-notch frames. And beyond that, you have options for anti-reflective coating and digital lenses. Oh my God, this right here, you guys, digital lenses minimize the oblique astigmatism I was talking about. So it is a much clearer, much more objective image, and it makes it more comfortable during long sessions and you get no eye strain. Now look, these glasses are not the cheapest option. Depending on the frames and add-ons, you're looking at anywhere between $270 to $600. But I have spent a lot more money than that I would like to admit on shafts and cues and other pool gear that, if I'm honest, made a marginal difference at best. These glasses fundamentally change how I see the table. Put simply, my eyes deserve the best. You got to think about them as an investment. Like, my glasses have actually paid for themselves at this point. I was spending hundreds of dollars on contacts every year, but now I don't need to buy them at all. And look, I get it. Billiard glasses are not the most attractive looking eyewear, but really, I think these frames look a lot better than other billiard glasses out there. By the way, when I told Bill I was going to make this video, he said, perfect, let's do a promo code. So I got you guys $25 off with code Sensei. Go ahead and check the description or just scan the QR code. The first time I put real pool glasses on and got down on a shot, you guys, I'm not exaggerating. It was like someone turned the lights on in a room that I didn't know was dark. Your eyes are the most important piece of equipment you own. Everything else in your game is downstream from your vision. Take care of them, regardless of whatever you buy to correct your vision. Take care of your eyes. If this has helped you think about your vision any differently, like and subscribe. It helps me keep making these videos. And tell me in the comments if you have a pair of pool glasses already and what difference they have made in your game. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Happy shooting.